Hi everyone, this is the movie that is going to walk us through the syllabus. So in our Blackboard classroom, we're going to click on the start here on the menu bar, and we're going to find the link that says course syllabus and calendar. I am using Google Chrome, so it's going to download and show it up at the bottom here. If you're using Firefox, you would see it up here at the top right corner. I'm going to go ahead and open up Microsoft Word. So this syllabus is a contract between us, and it's going to let me do this. So it's going to outline everything that we need to do for the class and the rules of the class. So first of all, this class is out of the Business and Information Technology Division, the Digital Media and Administrative Technologies Department. It is Digital Technologies AOT 107. It is a 1 credit, 2 contact hour with the breakdown of 0 lecture and 2 labs. So really the most of this class is you doing some labs based on my guidance, right? It's not a whole lot of lecture. The description of this course at this this course explores various digital technologies used in the modern office. Specific topics include review of current desktop, cloud, and web technologies, and the analysis and selection of the proper tool for a business situation. Students will explore and practice using various products to gain proficiency in selection and use of the proper tools. So the general learning outcomes for this course are we really cover all 6. Effective communication, so that's written, oral, reading, listening, and we're going to do that every week. Quantitative literacy, including computational skills. We're going to do that a little bit when we're working with like tracking traveling expense and that part. We're also going to several of the products will have that component of it. It's not a huge focus of this class. The third one, information literacy, is huge. We're going to cover that pretty much every week, and everything we're going to be doing is about information literacy. And the next one, critical thinking. So all pretty much what we're going to do is based on those 3 and 4 and 1. You're going to do some writing in here. 5, global and diversity awareness. We're going to cover that, particularly when we're looking at websites and social media and how it's important to make those products be both globally friendly, so that we don't offend anybody with our websites or our posts, or we try to eliminate that, and diversity awareness. How to make our sites and our social media accessible by everybody. Okay, and then civic, professional, and ethical responsibility. That, to me, every class has that, and that specifically the professional and ethical responsibility, and that is that you do your work, you don't cheat, you are professional in your speech and in your demeanor, and you do things on time, you do your own work. Those type of things are that civic, professional, and ethical responsibility category. Okay, so what are the objectives for this course? There's really 4 of them, and they're pretty broad-based. 1, recognize the uses and requirements of various business technologies. Okay. 2, experiment with various technologies within the scope of the business office. So everything that we're going to do in here is really under the lens of working in some kind of a business office, and that doesn't necessarily mean a for-profit business. It could be service industry, it could be a nonprofit, it could be educational, but everything is really some type of business. So we want to look at our technologies in as opposed to a personal use of those technologies. Analyze a business problem and determine the appropriate tool for resolution. 4, appraise the appropriateness of a specific tool within different international business environments. All right, so the policies section, I am not going to go through all of these, but the thing that I want to say about this is you as a student have rights. And if you feel that somebody has, your rights have not been, they've been broken, or you're not getting what you believe you should be, the place that you would go is this policy and procedure manual. It's out on My Stark State. These are some of the common student ones. The big one I do want to talk about is the withdrawal policy, and we'll look at the withdrawal date. If something changes and you can't complete the class, please make sure you withdraw by that withdrawal date. Otherwise, if you just stop doing work, then I am required to give you the grade you earned, which would most likely be an F. Disability services, please know that if you have any kind of disability, you need to get me the letter, and I will provide the accommodations that you are entitled to. There's no timed tests in this class, so a lot of times students have time and a half for test taking. That really wouldn't come into play in this class, but if you do have any other kind of accommodation, please make sure that you get me the paperwork, and I'll make sure that that happens for you. Here's our general computer usage guidelines. Just take some time to read it. All right, here's probably what you care about, our class syllabus. So this syllabus that I'm reading is for spring 2019. It's listed as a classroom lab, but it's going to be run as an independent study, so we're going to mix it up a little bit. We're not going to really meet both days of the normal classroom. After this semester, it will be a Web 3 class. So I want to... we're scheduled Tuesdays and Thursdays noon to 2, and I will be there both days. However, many of the Thursdays are marked as lab days, and that's optional for you to come in. If you want to come in and have help, that's fine. If you don't, that's fine also. We are going to have collaborate sessions, so if business, your scheduling work or whatever prevents you from coming in on Thursdays, that would be fine. We're going to meet in K100. So that's the building that's attached to the bridge across Mega there, Mega Street on the back side of the college. I am Helen Mandelinich. These are my office hours, and my office is in C100U, and my extension is 4588 here at the college, and there is my email address, hmandelinich@starkstate.edu. You will not have a textbook in this class. I do recommend having some kind of a USB drive or an external drive just to collect your materials and to save them and organize. So the methods of assessment and evaluation are really, we have 4 categories. So there's research, which is to research various technologies used in business, and that could be found in an office. Research will be presented through papers and presentations. More than likely, we're not going to do presentations in here. We'll see. At this point, the class does not have any presentations. It'll just be through papers. And labs, hands-on practice of various digital technologies. Labs vary as individual or teamwork. Discussion of business problems and the best product class to use for resolving issues. And a notebook, the digital notebook of all information from class. Okie dokie. So our grading scale is the standard Stark State scale. Greater than 90 is an A, 80 up to that 90 mark is a B, 70 up is a C, 60 up is a D, and less than a 60 is a failure of the class. I want to look at the policies, and then we're going to go down to this, the withdrawal date and then this class schedule. So no late assignments accepted. Okay, unless you have some medical or legal reason that you could not get the work done. But guys, I have things open for a minimum a week, sometimes 2 weeks. So being sick the day that something's due isn't really an excuse because you had multiple days to work on it. Plan ahead. There's nothing wrong with getting something done early. because you just don't know how long some of this stuff's going to take you. If it's all new to you, it may be a simple task, but since it's new, there's a steep learning curve for some of this stuff. So just plan ahead. Don't wait till the last minute, because I don't take late. Attendance is imperative to your success, whether that is coming to class on Tuesdays or showing up online at Collaborate or coming to labs. The more effort you put into it, of course, the more chance you're going to have to succeed. I highly recommend being in class every Tuesday when we have lecture. It's imperative that you don't wait till the last minute. I generally log on Monday through Saturday, and I am an early morning person, but not a late night person. So if you are emailing me at 11 o'clock at night, you are not going to get an answer till the next day. Okay? So everything in here is due at 11:59. Don't wait till that 11 o'clock hour, because more than likely I will not be up to answer. You might get it at 4 in the morning the next morning, but that's not going to help you because it was due at midnight. All work will be submitted electronically through the Blackboard Ultra Dropbox. No work will be accepted through email unless I give you specific permission. I just generally don't like it, because here's what happens is I forget you email it, and then I give you a 0, and then you get upset because you got a 0, but you did the work and I forgot it, and it's just a big mess. It's just better to put everything in the Dropbox like it's supposed to be. Sharing of files will not be tolerated. Students are expected to submit their own assignments. Violators will be handled through Section 3357, 15-13-26, the Honesty and Learning Policy, in the Stark State Policy and Procedure Manual. The actual policy is listed below, as is the procedure. I highly recommend that you read that. You should allow response time of up to 24 hours from the time you post on a discussion board or send an email for me to respond. Like I said in the introductory movie, though, if you don't hear back from me in 24 hours, send it to me again. I might have missed it. Okay, things happen, and I don't want to leave you hanging. So please reach out to me again. But don't do it within the half an hour. Don't expect me to answer it within a half an hour. But I try to be very timely in my response. So if I don't, reach out again, please. Never post a file on the discussion board unless I tell you to do so. Assignments will be graded within 1 week of the posted deadline. At all times, you are to be respectful of the instructor and of your classmates, both in class and through your written correspondence, discussion, emails, etc. All correspondence is private and should not be forwarded to other members of the class. If you need assistance, you may use discussion boards. Otherwise, please contact the instructor. Oh, I don't know what that's a typo. Let me get rid of that. All right, so then this next part is the honesty and learning policy and procedure. So bottom line, I'll just give it to you. Let me take this off of here. I don't know what that's about. If I find you violate this policy by using someone else's work, plagiarize something from the internet, or in any other way use somebody else's language, ideas, or material, I am required to submit in paperwork to the provost an academic dishonesty document, which I will fill out, you will have to sign. We send it to the provost, and then the policy is for me to give you a 0 on that first assignment. All people involved, whether you're the giver or the receiver of the assignment, of the material, everybody gets a 0. If it happens again in my class, you flunk the class, all people involved. If it happens a third time in any classes at the college, then more than likely you will be dismissed from the college and not able to return. So just do your own work. It's just, this class it'll be difficult too, because it's everything's so original. But just take that forward. Take some time to read this additional information And then here's the withdraw date. And here's the withdrawal policy. Deadline for withdrawal for this second 8-week class is April 22nd. And please, like I said, if you do not aren't able to complete the class, please make sure that you do this document. I will need to sign it after the first week of class. I always sign it for everybody. However, I do like to talk to you about why you're withdrawing, because sometimes students that have A's are withdrawing, and like, you know, you got like a couple weeks of class left. It's like, you know, it may be the best thing, but there may be other things we can do. So that's the date, the 22nd of April. All right, so then here's the calendar. So if you look over here on the left, I have the date that our class is scheduled. So our first class is the 19th. We're going to go through the syllabus. We're going to introduce each other, you know, talk to each other. We're going to review Blackboard, and we're going to have a discussion of OneNote. There is going to be a syllabus quiz that you will have to have done by Thursday. And that's a quicker turnaround than normal. Then on Thursday, since it's the first week and we don't really have all the material yet, we do have a lecture on Thursday. But if you look all the way down through the rest of the semester, this is the only Thursday where I have new material. So on Thursday the 21st, we're going to talk about OneNote and Visio. And then from that OneNote and Visio discussion, we're going to have 3 assignments. We're going to talk about our OneNote notebook, try and get that set up. And then we're going to have 2 Visio assignments. One is the alternative to Visio, a research that you're going to have to do and write a small paper. When I say paper, it's not very long. It's not like term paper kind of thing. You know, several paragraphs probably at the most. And then you're going to have to recreate an organizational chart. That material from here is due on the 2nd. We're going to continue Unit 1, note-taking, minutes, and document production the 2nd week. So on Tuesday of that next week, we'll talk about Google Docs, Evernote, and AudioNote. And from there, you're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 assignments, but the last one is that notebook build, but you're not going to actually submit the notebook there. It's just you're going to keep building it each week. So really, you have a discussion, you have a research item, and then you have 3 labs. Those are all due that next week on Tuesday, but you have Thursday the 28th if you want to come into class and work on it in class while I'm there. We have a Collaborate Thursday the 28th at 6 o'clock in the evening. So if you're working on it and you want to meet online with me, we're going to do it on the 28th. We'll do it every Thursday at 6 p.m. And then you can always reach out to me via email. So then we're going to move over to Unit 2, Office Organization. We're going to talk about Dropbox, SlideShare, When is Good, and Asana. And then here's our assignments. Those are due the following Tuesday, the 9th. Notice that Thursday is a lab day. Then we're going to meet on the 9th, talk about meeting and travel organization. We're going to talk about TripIt and followup.cc. We have some assignments here that are due the following Tuesday. Then we go to week 5 and week 6 are really the same topic, web design and maintenance. And our notice that our assignments, there's less of them, but this website creation is going to take a little more time. So we're going to talk about on the 16th the elements of a web page, web design products. We're going to look at WordPress and we're going to look at Wix. And then you're going to have some assignments based on that are due the 30th. So that would be 2 weeks, right? So we got the 16th where we're going to try and get through the lecture. And then lab day, lab day, lab day. So Thursday, Tuesday, Thursday. Plus remember the collaborates on Thursday night. Then this website creation and your research and your discussion will be due the 30th. So the week 7 and 8 are going to be the social media. So we're going to talk about social media and we're going to talk about Hootsuite. which is the product we're going to look at for organizing and scheduling postings. So you're going to have some a discussion, a research, and then this Hootsuite, you're going to actually have to do schedule some social media postings. That is due on the 9th, which is a little bit different. It's a Thursday. So we have Thursday the 2nd is lab day, and then when we go to the 7th, that's finals week, and we only meet on the 7th. Okay, during finals week, you only meet one day, and our day is the 7th. So your OneNote notebook is due on the 7th, that Tuesday. Your final notebook design and all of your materials should be on it. But then this social media, excuse me, this social media is not due until the Thursday. Okay, so the notebook's due on Tuesday, and then the remaining assignments are due on Thursday. Okay, so that's our syllabus. Make sure you read it. There's a syllabus quiz that's in the Start Here assignment. Start Here folder. It's just 10 questions. So we'll talk about that in class too. All right, guys, thank you.